Sweet. Welcome back to the Dilster Show. I had a sauna thought last night. And the thought was, why the fuck do we get our best business ideas in the sauna? I mean, think about it. Think about all the ideas that come to you. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I'm just deep in a sauna session, like last night, like probably 10, maybe 15 minutes in, I'll usually go for like 20 minutes total. Yeah, I just had this thought. I was like, but whether it's like a business idea, a content idea, how you're going to reply back to someone that you've been putting off replying to, I just get this like moment of clarity when I'm like 10, 15 minutes into a sauna session. And yeah, it just got me thinking. And so I was curious about this because I did some research, and I've also talked to other people about this because I know I'm not alone. I know a lot of people get the same thought. Like thoughts just come to you in a sauna. Anyways, I did some research on it. So pretty much the intense heat forces your brain to unplug. So you step in a sauna, your brain is just in this like fight or flight mode, and it basically it forces your brain to unplug. And then that shift reduces stress hormones like cortisol. And I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but which creates a parasympathetic nervous system state. And as a result, your brain drops into alpha and theta wave patterns, the same wave patterns that are responsible for flow state. That's why you get that flow state thinking. You know, when you're like doing something, like for me, it's like video editing and I get in this flow state, it's just thoughts come to you. And yeah, for me, the sauna is probably, if I had to like say like one activity I do that I get the best ideas in, it is sauna. I would say sauna and long walks. Like I'll go for some long walks, like after I have dinner, like a sunset walk, and I'll get some really good ideas then too. And so I'm sure it's pretty similar where your brain, you just enter this flow state. I'll just get so many ideas, and I'll just whip out my phone, take out the notes app, and I highly recommend doing this if you don't do this already. If you get an idea, it came to you for a reason, open the notes app on your phone, please, and just write it down. Who knows whether you come back to it or not, but at least you wrote it down. If you listen to Higher Wellness, Michael Smoke, I heard him say on a podcast that he'll if he has an idea, like let's say he's out for a walk, if he has an idea, like a business idea or a content idea, he'll take a photo on TikTok and then he'll write the idea on screen as like a on-screen caption, and then he'll save it to his drafts. And so I guess he has like hundreds of drafts with like different ideas. And I thought that was kind of cool. I haven't done that yet, so I can't fully speak on whether that's the move. But anyways, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, if you're listening to this, wherever you are, I'm curious. Do you get insane ideas in the sauna too? Because like all the best like business ideas I've ever gotten have been in the sauna. Either sauna or long walk. I don't know. Let me know. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it. If you're just listening, I got a new microphone. This is like the most affordable microphone I found on Amazon. I don't love it because I feel like when I touch the desk, it picks up a lot of noise that is probably really annoying for you to listen to. So I'm trying really hard not to touch my desk. Anyways, today is Thursday. My plan today is I'm going to go over to my brother's and we're going to shoot some UGC. I have a funny ad idea that, again, came to me in the sauna. But yeah, I want to go and do that today. And then there's this one brand that I do UGC for that's planning on turning ads back on soon, which is good because I went from basically crushing it. I crushed it with the month of June, and then they shut off ads. And then I went from like barely making any money with that brand, which sucks. And it just goes to show like that is the game. And if you're doing UGC, don't have all your eggs in one basket. Do not rely on one brand. That was a huge learning lesson for me, is that I had all my eggs in one basket. I was so reliant on getting that steady income, and then anything can happen. Like Meta could just not be running your ad anymore. They could shut off ads. There's like violations. There's all these different hoops and different things that could go wrong. So it's better that you have, I would say, I probably have 5 brands that I work with right now, but realistically, you only have time for 3 if you want to be like, if you want to have like a long-term relationship and go all in, I think you really only have time to go all in with 3 different brands. Just being realistic. Now, how do you pick the right brand to go all in with? It's hard because I've been burnt by a bunch of brands. I like, there's been some brands that I thought we were going to crush, and then it didn't work at all. So I think there's a couple different things. I mean, you do need to look at the team, the founders. I think that's really important. You yourself have to see if there's a marketplace for the actual product that you're selling. I think it's important to work with brands that do ad spend instead of like GMV per sale. Some brands will like give you like a commission, like 10% commission on like a t-shirt that you sell. I personally don't like that. I think ad spend is it's better to make more money long term. You can make more money in the short term with GMV commission per sale, but long term, I think ad spend is the way to go. So I would definitely look out for that too. If you're on Tribe, if you're trying to become a UGC creator, I think I would only really work with ad spend, honestly. They have an option, it's called like Tribe attributions, where they can decide not to show where the sale came from. And like, it's kind of scummy because like someone could be scrolling on their Instagram feed and see your ad. It's so easy for them to just not click on your link, but they can like go to the actual Instagram, explore the Instagram, and then click on the link in the bio on that brand's Instagram and then purchase. And then you get no credit for that sale. Whereas ad spend, like you get a percentage of, how much spend gets spent on your ad with Meta. So it's like, just seems more safe in my opinion. If anyone's actually curious about the Tribe stuff or UGC, I can go more into that. But yeah, this was supposed to just be about the sauna. And yeah, if you're listening to this, comment below. Do you get sauna thoughts? Or where do you get your best thoughts? Where do you get your best ideas? Yeah, I'm curious. But anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.